Is there a bald filter online tools and apps that allow you to see what you would look like bald? Yes, these AI bald generators will enable you to access personalized photo services and editors, mobile apps such as Make Me Bald and BaldBooth, and websites that offer bald head photo effects. Hey there! In the description below, you'll find some special links. These include affiliate links, which means if you make a purchase through them, I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Also, there are links to a detailed article related to this video, definitely worth your time visiting. Remember, our free app, the Will I Go Bald Calculator, helps you to determine your risk of baldness. Your support is immensely appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Let's continue. I greatly appreciate your support. If you are a person who is nearing the time of thinning hair, this issue is often asked, what would I look like bald? Bald Simulator. It's simple, thanks to apps and software that can simulate the head of the user with no hair. If this question is what you're thinking about, there's a good chance that becoming bald could be in the near future. We'll look at the causes and symptoms of hair loss, how to effortlessly transition from being bald, and the best ways to have a glimpse of what bald appears as for you. Exploring the bald look with apps. The most frequent method for those who want to know why they're wearing bald can do is to use the mobile app. Here are some of the most effective bald head applications. The apps listed below are available through the App Store Apple as well as the Google Play Store for Android. Many, if certainly not all, are free, too. BaldBooth, Bald Filter online app available on Android/Apple. BaldBooth is a very popular app to check out how bald appears. The company that designed the app offers a number of other apps within the same vein. The options are Aging Booth, Fat Booth, and other augmented reality with face change alternatives. BaldBooth is available for free, available for Apple as well as Android phones. However, its capabilities are restricted. The app isn't the most modern option available, but for a bit of fun, it can get the job completed. It is possible to make choices to display a partially bald head as well as different variations of the look. The company behind this app is a favorite among many of its products and has become an option for people who are curious about what their image would be if they had the appearance of a bald head. Make Me Bald Filter online app. Available on Android. Stimulate growth safely and comfortably with FDA-proven, LLLT, laser therapy cap. Hair transplant surgeon, Dr. Vikram Jayaprakash and dermatologist, Dr. Russell Knudsen speak about how hair loss happens and why a laser cap is their preferred laser hair therapy device to help restore hair growth. The app Make Me Bald is an Android app that lets users explore what it is they would like to do bald. Similar to BaldBooth, however, the quality of the app is smaller than the PC or Mac apps. However, it's a lot of fun to play around with. The app lets users cut off the head of an image they upload in order to determine what it looks like without hair. The results are comical, but they do give a picture of what a bald head would look like in the photo. The app isn't available in the Apple App Store, meaning iPhone users, as well as Mac owners, aren't allowed to download the app. For Apple lovers, BaldBooth, as previously mentioned, as well as the next app which will be discussed, could be a good alternative. Baldify, Bald Filter online app. Available on Android/Apple. If the idea of losing hair is something that interests you, if so, Baldify can be a fascinating insight into the various phases. Baldify is among the top apps that allow users to observe the different phases of hair loss. Spotting, thinning, and even total hair loss can be seen in this app. The application uses different hair types and thickness levels in order to make it as flawless as possible. The company and the software developer also have similar apps similar to those at BaldBooth. The Baldify team has created lots of fans with their Zombify app and others. If you're using other apps from this company installed on your phone, like Fatify or Baldify, you can mix the two apps to create a complete appearance. This is great for those who are balding slowly and would like to know what they would appear like 20 years from the present. You will also like Will I Go Bald Calculator. Misconceptions of a balding head. There are a lot of myths and solutions that people make to prevent balding. However, they could result in more harm. Be aware of these problems as much as you can to ensure that you're staying on track with the process. I'll wash my head less. This misunderstanding is utterly false, however, it is grounded in reality. Men are known to use whatever product to treat their hair that they can find in the store first. Women also may be using shampoos that are not suitable for their hair kind. Yes, Even bald people are using conditioners and shampoos. When hair loss occurs, switching to a different shampoo could be extremely beneficial. The excessive washing of your hair is not likely to aid in helping your hair grow better, as the mythical remedy suggests. Conditioning your scalp and hair is the most effective method to maintain its cleanliness. Avoid products that contain parabens and sulfates. These chemicals, even though they perform their duties in a clean manner, could harm the roots of the hair, causing damage and damaging hair follicles. A few every week could be the best solution. The frequency will vary, but it is dependent on the person's hair type. Sebum levels can cause dryness in certain hair types and oiliness in other people. Examine what happens to your head after 2 days of no conditioning, and then tinker with it from there. Wearing a hat will protect my head. It's a pattern that everybody recognizes. Someone you know starts losing hair or becoming bald, and then they are obsessed with wearing caps. This is a result of a sense of self-consciousness and anxiety and is a real problem that many people suffer from. Although it might cover the signs of balding, but a hat causes more harm to the head and can speed up the process of balding. The sweat glands on the head are not happy being hidden. Sebum production needs oxygen, and if your head is locked in a hat for prolonged periods of time, and this causes massive backups. A blockage in the hair follicle and sweat glands could result in unhealthy hair that might try to fix its own problems by loosening the hair. The results will vary with the individual. However, there is one thing that is certain: oxygen is essential for the production of sebum, and the lack of oxygen can cause significant problems. Letting my hair grow out will help hide thinning/balding. There's a thought there: I'd like to conceal my balding. The hair that is growing out would be a simple way to make it difficult to spot balding spots or thin areas. In reality, adopting shorter hairstyles will do a better job of concealing the issue. The problem is the word problem. It's not an issue unless you view it as a problem. There are many great hairstyles that are suitable for those with thinning or balding hair. If you're planning on going completely bald, move through it without difficulty instead of fighting it. As balding is a long way off for many people, the question reverts to the main idea of the whole article: what would bald appear like for you? Symptoms and causes of going bald. Hair loss isn't only a thing that can occur in the hair of your head. In fact, any body part may experience hair loss. Hair loss can be attributed to several causes, and some are under the control of the person as well as others that could be caused by self-inflicted. The majority of the time, the baldness seen on a head is often associated with hereditary and genetic influences. Women and men alike suffer from the appearance of baldness. However, most of the time, males suffer more frequently. Crash course on hair. There are a few points to consider before you dive into the details of the process of balding. Hair is an interesting aspect that consumes a lot of time, but it has yet to be widely understood about it. The most important things to be considered are the method by which it develops and the ways it can continue to grow. Every body part produces hair using hair follicles. The only area within the human body that doesn't have at least a small follicle type is the palms of the feet and hands. Apart from that, hair can grow almost everywhere else. When a follicle pulls hair into the skin, hair, as when it becomes visible, disappears. This means that any hair that is released from the body is dead. However, the follicles within your skin will continue to grow hair. As time passes, the hair follicles slow down production or stop hair growth completely. For some, the stoppage of hair growth takes place in body parts like arms and legs. For other people, the growth is halted on the head. Hair is well nourished and healthy due to sebum, which is an oil that is produced by glands that produce sebaceous. Sebaceous glands monitor the level of moisture on the skin and hair follicles to ensure that nothing becomes too dry. Similar to hair growth, sebum production is determined by genetics as well as environmental factors. For instance, a person who is susceptible to having a scalp that is oily might experience more problems in the Arizona heat and sun as opposed to the cooler conditions in the Middle West. Sebum production, as well as hair growth, may change with time. Both have an impact on how the hair and scalp appear as the human body alters. With these fundamentals gone, we can look at the symptoms of hair loss. Signs of balding. The process of becoming bald takes time and effort. If the indicators of balding are recognized, they can be simple to recognize or even decades before it occurs. At the same time, some signs of balding may be temporary, while others can be a sign which is permanent hair loss, beginning with the most well-known indication of balding. These are the different ways hair loss begins to manifest itself. Thinning. As balding progresses, the thinness of hair is the primary indicator that a major change is in the making. Although balding is more common in more men than females, all genders notice this sign when balding occurs. It is a process of removing hair production on the scalp. For males, thinning starts in the front of the hairlines. It is the hair closest to the forehead. There are plenty of women who start to shed pounds on their heads, too. The process is slightly different for females. Instead of starting with the hairline region that is on the top of their heads is usually where women notice their hair loss start. Although thinning can be difficult to accept, it's certainly an indication of baldness. Patching instead of a whole section of the hair, thinning patching is also a sign of the loss of hair. Patches of hair that are the size of coins will begin to disappear over time. Although it might not be apparent that the hair is vanishing, the patches can start to appear when you shower. After washing hair, if excessive hair strays are discovered, examine for patches to see if they are occurring. The patches can appear across hair and eventually can lead to all-over baldness. Loosening this sign of balding is more extreme and alarming. Hair may begin to fall out following a tug. Hair loss indicates that hair loss is likely on the way. However, loosening in the head can be a sign of a problem regarding hair treatment. If a product causes damage to hair, it's probable that it will loosen. Be aware of the items that are put on your head, especially for those with hair that is thin and fine. Protein-based products don't perform well on hair, which is fine. In the same way, hair with more volume tends to become looser when a product is too light of a product, usually made with oil or water. Hair care is essential, however, often, it is the genes that are responsible. Naturally, this can be difficult to control. The next step is to talk about how to manage hair that is starting to bald. Being aware of the proper treatment for hair loss can help the process and help to make it less apparent that a change is taking place. Smoothing over the balding process. The process of becoming bald, even for those well prepared, is a difficult transition. There are millions across the globe who are balding, and most of them have heels buried in the dirt. There are many different views to be held about hair loss, but the most effective is to take a proactive approach. In the process of losing hair, there are a few tips to remember to smooth the process. Avoid damaging hairstyles. There are several things that can lead to further damage to a head that is balding. In general, hairstyles that are tied are not ideal for a head that is already bald. The idea of a hair tie or braid could be thought of as a way to cover up the process, but in reality, it pulls hair out too much. Follicles don't work well when placed under extra stress. Tight hairstyles are more prevalent in women. However, the next subject is more targeted toward men. Avoid excessive touching and twisting. As a hairstyle that is tight could pull the hair follicles out excessively, contact with hair could do the same. An anxious tic or over-focus on appearances could cause a person to twist, pull and smack the head more frequently than is normal. Hair is fragile even when it is strong and well maintained. If you're not currently appearing on your head, but it is a common trait in your family, you should avoid this particular. If balding is expected in the near future, no matter due to genetics, the habit can accelerate the process more quickly than normal. Gentle washing and brushing. If you are experiencing hair loss or baldness, it is important to treat the problem. It is a problem. Washing and brushing are acts of extra focus. There are many products that claim to give gentle conditioning, but there are other methods to achieve success. Cleaning with care is based on two essential techniques. First, make sure that you don't overwash or wash the head. A lot of pressure and tension on the head can result in hair falling out more quickly. Although you might not be able to take hairs off, it could result in loosening the hair follicles even more. There are many ways to help smooth the process of losing hair. There are plenty of myths surrounding how to treat a head that is losing its hair. It's crucial not to be a victim of these myths. Conclusion: what would I look like bald? Being bald is a difficult issue to manage. Hair is an important part of many people, and when it begins to disappear the other way, it can be quite alarming. Looking at the way you could appear bald is a great method to ensure that you're ready. These are simple to use and offer different perspectives on the process of getting bald. As with everything, learning more can make it less frightening. After you have a better understanding of the causes and symptoms of hair loss, how to easily transition from being bald, and a few of the common misconceptions and myths, you can move ahead with a positive approach to becoming bald. Many people make bald appear beautiful and can flatter your face better than hair has ever. Have a look at these apps, and remember to take care of your hair. It's one thing that's not going to go away.